as soon as I put my mind towards something, like I'm gonna get it done, like no matter how long it takes. I think it's a mindset of like I'm not gonna stop until I'm like forced to.
My name is Mike Lacey, and I am grateful because today we have Kila Keone on with us. Kila is a new freshman at BYU, a wide receiver. The kid is 6'3", and that really helps on a wide receiver.
It does, yeah.
Welcome, Kila. It's good to have you here.
Really excited to be here. Thank you.
You told me that you were a gray shirt this past year. Not everybody even knows what a red shirt is.
Yeah.
You know, in college, you get 4 years to play, and a red shirt is you're going to stay out the whole season, or actually you can play up to 4 games, and then you stay out and you didn't lose a year of eligibility. How does a gray shirt differ from a red shirt? Or, tell us about what a gray shirt was for you.
Yeah. So the gray shirt process, it's a process where you kind of delay your clock. So what it is in order to be a full...
So the clock doesn't start.
Yeah, it doesn't start.
Okay.
Yeah. So in order to be a full-time student athlete, you need to take 12 credits, right? And so as a gray shirt, if you take anything less than that, then you're technically not starting your clock. So it just delays it a little bit.
Okay.
So for me, I took 4 credits last semester during the fall, and then just kind of worked out with the walk-on program and the team, just kind of preparing for January. So that was like the gray shirt process.
Well, I'm curious then, and are you a scholarship athlete?
No, I'm a walk-on.
You're going to be a walk-on. Do they call them preferred walk-ons?
Yeah, preferred walk-ons. Yeah.
Okay. And what do we know? I mean, it sounded like it was going to go. My familiarity is that in the football programs, NCAA, you get 123 people that can be on the team. I think 85% or 85 of those can be scholarships.
Yeah.
But they were talking about it going down from 123 to 105.
Yeah.
Are they doing that, or where are we on that process?
So for me, my story is after spring ball, Coach Fessy, our receiver coach, he told me that I would be pending for what my status on the roster would look like. And so during this time, like especially during the summer, I was back home in Hawaii. So I actually just got back here last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was Hawaii?
It was awesome. It was great.
Bet.
Yeah.
It always is awesome.
So I was just kind of preparing, just kind of waiting to see what would happen with all the court cases and stuff like that. And last Thursday, Coach Fessy sent me a text saying that I'm going to start getting rolling on Monday. So this is my second day back on the team.
Great. Yeah. That's good news. Yeah, the problem, obviously, I remember when COVID happened, and all of a sudden everybody had a new COVID red shirt year.
Yep, the year.
And so those kids, I call them kids, those young men coming in or young athletes coming in whatever sport, when you had last year's seniors get to, if they want, stay another year and play because of the COVID year, then those incoming freshmen would have a much, much, much harder time making the team, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
So is that the case now? If the number of places on the team is reduced, and I'm not sure if that's happened yet, or if it even will, but it'll be harder to make the team.
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely. Especially for being guys like me that were, I guess, overlooked in high school. It's most definitely hard, especially for all my Hawaii boys, like trying to make it out. It's gonna be hard for them too. So, ever since with college football changing, especially with the transfer portal, like things just got so much harder for us high school athletes, and so the road just gets more difficult.
Now, I saw in your bio, Kila, that you played at Moanalua. Did I say it right?
Yes, you did.
I'm working on this because I'm, Moanalua High School, and that's near the airport. But man, you always hear about Kahuku and their tradition of football. Did you play them?
I did. So we played them for senior night, my senior year, and it was a really fun game. They had a really stacked team, I guess you could say. So we ended up losing 59-0.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was a blowout, but I did have a lot of fun. So it was great to play them.
What positions did you play?
I just played receiver.
Okay. And was your school a running school, passing school, combo?
Trying to be a passing school.
Really?
Yeah. We struggled a lot my senior year. We had like, I guess, O-line problems, quarterback problems. It was just kind of difficult. We had a lot of young guys on the team.
Okay.
So that was my senior story.
And that's hard. I mean, as a receiver, you need a quarterback who has time and can deliver the ball.
Yep.
I mean, you're going out for a pass. And what college recruiting coach is going to, see you if your quarterback's getting sacked or if he can't throw it, 5 yards or whatever.
Yeah, I had a lot of conversations with one of my slots. His name is Kama. He's one of my best friends, but we both transferred.
What's his name?
Kama Corrales.
Kama Corrales.
Yeah, so
the reason I asked is one of my teammates at BYU who's from Hawaii, his name is Gary Kama. And so I thought, maybe they're related.
Yeah. So we both transferred to Moanalua our senior year.
From?
So he came from Lelehua, and I have a weird high school story. So I came from Lone Peak High School.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a really weird high school.
Lone Peak right here in Utah Valley.
Yep, right here. Real close to here.
Yeah, I mean, we're in Highland.
Down the road, yeah.
It's just on the other side of that pond.
Yeah, so I came from Lone Peak, and he came from Lelehua, and we were going to stay there because our quarterback at the time, he still is like a very highly recruited quarterback. So we thought, or me and my dad thought that by me transferring to Moanalua and playing my senior season there, all the looks that he would get, I would get because he's throwing to me. So that was kind of the plan.
I see.
It didn't work out that way, but
what happened?
At the end of the day, it just came down to executing on Fridays. I guess the job wasn't really getting done. But if you look at it from a perspective of today, everything worked out. So it was great. I really enjoyed it. I was so thankful that I was able to transfer there. It was a really fun year.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you play at Lone Peak?
I did. Mm-hmm.
And wide receiver still?
Yeah, wide receiver.
Yeah, and you're 6'3", and not all wide receivers are that tall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that gives you an advantage. What are the other things you're working on to get ready and become a starter as a receiver at BYU?
Well, of course, the weight. I'm trying my best I want to start the season at 190. That's kind of my goal. Right now I'm at 178. So I'm getting there, and of course, just always getting faster and stronger.
It's funny how once you develop that power, that strength, even that added weight will add, faster capacity.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So go back to your gray shirt. You only took 4 credits in the fall. Mm-hmm. Are you taking any credits? Did you take any credits in this winter semester?
Yes, I did. So this winter semester was, I guess you could technically say, my first semester at BYU because of all the classes I took. So I took 14 credits.
Okay.
And by taking those 14 credits, I believe I was eligible to start on the team. So that's why I started being officially on the BYU football team in January.
Good. And so now this summer, what does a receiver do in the summer for BYU?
Well, first summer workouts, and then from there,
that's part of my question is, what are your summer workouts?
Oh, summer workouts, just with the team. So we have our runs, and then we have our lifts in the morning, and kind of staying hydrated and staying fueled up throughout that time. And then after those summer workouts.
So are these workouts in the early morning?
Early morning, yeah.
So back in our day, in the summer, you worked. You had a job that the school got you. Mm. I mean, is that still the case, or in NIL, you're just doing your own thing?
Not necessarily. I know a lot of guys are taking classes, summer school kind of classes. But for us, we have 3 different times. So we have 6:15, 7:45, and 9:15.
Okay. So those are the team workouts.
Mm-hmm, team workouts.
Do you have quarterback receiver workouts?
So for me,
in the evening?
I have a wide receiver trainer that I work out with in Utah. His name is Coach Ross Oppo. And so,
oh yeah, he was a famous receiver at BYU.
Yeah, at BYU. So for me,
where does his camp go? Where does he teach?
So when I first started going to him, he would go to Westlake High School.
Oh wow,
he would be at Westlake High School.
Okay,
and then now he just started going to Orem, so it's a pretty close drive. Yeah, easy. Yeah. So I try my best to get with him as much as I possibly can.
Good.
He really is like the technical wide receiver training, and I love it there. Yeah.
How does that? You're a receiver.
Mhm.
Have you caught many passes in the indoor practice facility?
I have, and it was a little different when I first started. So during my gray shirt process, I would run routes like almost every day with another gray shirt quarterback, and like working on the IPF, it was cool, but for me, it was hard to see the ball at first because I wasn't used to it.
Right.
Yeah, so that's the first thing that I noticed. It's just like it was kind of hard to see in there at first, but now I've gotten used to it, especially after going through spring ball and stuff like that.
Good.
I'm used to it now, but
I play tennis. You know, we have an indoor facility, Ivory Ridge in Lehigh, or very close, and you get used to it. But indoor, the ball just is a little bit different.
Yep.
And sometimes it's hard to make that transition to go outside. Like, oh, wow, that sun in the sky is really bright today.
Yeah, I know how that feels. Yeah, most definitely.
What's your strength, Kila? Are you a speed receiver? Are you a steps and timing receiver? Are you just really gifted with good hands? What are your gifts as a receiver?
I wouldn't say I'm gifted with good hands. I kind of worked for it. Especially during middle school, I used to drop the ball a lot. But after these constant reps, I think I have really reliable hands now. And I think the strength for me is just timing and spacing, just kind of being there when I need to be there.
Did your quarterback in high school kind of, because of your height, a lot of times you were going up against guys that were shorter. Did they sometimes try to lob you?
We tried. Again, like, I guess during that year, we kind of struggled a lot. But,
Okay.
I mean, every time we did call a lob, we scored. So I feel like we should have did that more, but that's in the past.
Yeah. And in the NCAA, 6'3" is good, but you're going to have cornerbacks that usually aren't so short that you can just catch it over them.
Yeah.
They're still so it's going to be so exciting. I mean, when you consider those other guys that are there last year, I mean, I know Keelan Marion has left, Darius Lassiter graduated and is gone.
Yep.
Chase Roberts is back, but Parker Kingston, there's a whole list of young men, your teammates, who can catch the ball and run with it.
Yeah.
Are you excited to be part of that group?
I am blessed to be part of that group. I think they're the best at what they do, and just kind of learning from them has really been a blessing for me. And just kind of being surrounded by people that are so elevated in what they do, it's really exciting just to be in the room, be in meetings with them, like constantly being with them in the locker room. It's really great.
It's interesting. You come in and I assume you're 18 or 18 years old, right? And some of these guys came in 4 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, because maybe they served a mission. And now they're in their senior year. So they're 5 and 6 years older than you. In other words, they've eaten college food for 5 or 6 years.
Yep.
They've lifted weights for 5 or 6 years. They've been out working out, playing basketball and football and everything else. And so they get bigger and faster and stronger, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
And so here you are only 18 and they're, 24.
Yep.
Not really that much older. But what kind of significance is that difference, do you see?
I've actually seen that difference my whole life. I guess
Really?
always being underage. Yeah, so for me, I played my senior year at 16. And I've always constantly
Let me interrupt you real quick.
Yeah, of course.
You played your senior year at age 16. I have to brag on you.
Okay.
Because I saw that you had a 4.0 GPA in high school.
Yeah.
You've always been really good in academics. That's cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's
is that why you were a senior at age 16?
The reason
Were you an advanced?
The reason why, I think I was advanced and I started school early. So I started kindergarten when I was 4, I think. And according to my mom, she had the option to either...
and did that start here in Utah or
back
Hawaii?
in Hawaii? Yeah, back in Hawaii. So started kindergarten at 4, and then after that kindergarten year, I guess they gave my mom the option to either hold me back one more year or just to keep progressing with all my classmates. And I guess the teachers highly recommended that I continue with my classmates. So that's just kind of what I did. And throughout the years, there was plenty of opportunities where me and my dad would try to hold me back or reclass me just so I have a little bit more time.
For sports?
Yeah, for sports. But my mom was never with it. And then when my mom became with it, it was too late at that point. So I just kind of stuck it out.
We have a daughter. Same thing. And my daughter Amy ended up being 6 foot, almost 6'1".
Wow. Okay.
Could have been a great basketball player, but she was just always involved intellectually. So she went into school early.
Wow.
She was younger by a year and a half than a lot of these kids. So when she was in junior high basketball, she was still kind of tiny and petite, and the coach cut her.
Yep.
Which was devastating.
I know exactly how that feels.
Devastating. And we look back and say, wow, because they needed her. I mean, she's very athletic, and she played sports, but there was a point where, oh, well, I guess I just don't get to play basketball. She would have been really good at basketball and volleyball. Enough about my daughter, Amy. She was advanced, and that hurt her athletically. You said that you had some similar experiences.
Yeah, that's pretty much like the story of my life again. Like I was always the youngest one. Like even still now, I'm the youngest in the building, which I think is awesome. But
it is awesome.
Yeah, growing up in Hawaii, especially with I guess the culture there is everybody holds back their kids. So,
which means you're probably 2 years younger than.
Oh yeah, I talk about it a lot with everyone in Hawaii. Like I can still be in high school and I'd be normal.
And you'd be catching 100 passes.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I'll be putting up like 2,000 yards. Yeah. But, yeah, ever since I was younger, I was always just playing older. That was just, I guess, the narrative that I had for myself. And it got to a point, I would complain about it a lot when I was younger. Like, I would have a lot of hard times by myself just being like, I can't beat these kids. Like, they're just so much more advanced than I am. But you get to a point where you just got to learn to walk in the rain.
Walk in the rain. Yeah. Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tell us what walk in the rain for you means.
I guess there's a quote from my lifting coach back in Hawaii, Coach Marcus Kimura. He just kind of preaches that adversity is going to happen and adversity is a part of the plan, but you just got to learn to walk in the rain at times. And there's going to be times where it's stormy, but you still got to walk. So
I like that. Mm-hmm. It's funny that, in the last couple of days where we've had Coach Burgess from the basketball team, and Coach T from the training room, Terrence Motley.
Oh, yep. Terrence.
Both of them talked about adversity and stress, and essentially, like you say, walking in the rain, or, let's go forward. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
And all I could say is, and what we told our daughter Amy is, hey, you're going to catch up with these kids. You've got, with a gray shirt, you've got 5, maybe even 6 years of capacity, to get where you need to go. So be patient with yourself.
Yeah.
And it appears that way. You're a smart young man. So
thank you.
How do you train yourself? How do you live with those frustrations of, hey, these guys are bigger and faster and stronger?
For me, it was just kind of like, especially the situation I had, it wasn't really a decision that I had to make. Like, it's just something I have to do.
Sure.
And I look at that with a lot of things in my life. Like, of course, like workouts are going to be hard and life is going to be hard sometimes, but you don't really have an option to stop. Like to
quit.
Yeah, to quit. You kind of have to keep going.
You kind of do have an option to quit. Some people do.
Yeah.
What keeps you from quitting?
Like quitting just, it never felt like an option. I'm always the kind of kid that, as soon as I put my mind towards something, that I'm going to get it done, like no matter how long it takes.
Good.
And I think it's a mindset of like, I'm not going to stop until I'm like forced to, kind of thing. Sure. Especially if it's in my decision. It's kind of a discipline I've gained where like I have no option but to do this.
I think you said earlier that when you have a goal, and maybe you didn't, but it seems like I was hearing that when you have a goal and you become frustrated or it's hard to reach, sometimes we just have to, I don't know, have a little reward in mind. Like when I get halfway there or a quarter of the way there, do you reward yourself or do you penalize yourself?
Me and my family have a very, I guess, special rewarding process.
Interesting. How does that work?
Basically, after any, I guess, award or minor success we get, we go to this yogurt place in Hawaii. It's called Cherry on Top. And that's like my family's way of, I guess, like you did good. Like we're on the right track towards our goals. So report cards coming in, cherry on top. For me, like when offers came in, cherry on top. and like having good games, especially ever since we were younger. It's just like our tradition.
Cherry on top.
It's a fun tradition.
That's a good tradition. In fact, the name Cherry on Top, fits as, wow, that sounds like a fun reward
Yep.
for achieving a goal or doing something good. I like that. In our day, and I don't know, maybe they still do. I know some schools do. You put a sticker on your helmet when you did something good.
Uh-huh.
Did you do that in your high school, or did that matter to you?
It did. It didn't matter to me. We didn't do that in my high school.
Okay.
But after the season ended, I found out that is what my head coach wanted to do. So we were cleaning out our lockers after we lost in the playoffs, and I remember I went into his office and I just saw all these sheets of the little stickers that like Ohio State and FSU does,
Right?
And it all had like Moanalua's logo on it. And so I was like, Coach, like,
let's go.
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
Yeah, I was like, why didn't we do this? He's like, oh, I was planning on doing it, but I would think I might do it next year. I was like, I'm not gonna be here next year. So I borrowed some and put on my helmet, but yeah, that's pretty much
Too late.
Yeah, it was too late. Yeah, I was done. So it would have been a cool thing though.
No, it would, and it is.
It is. Yeah.
It's a fun little reward.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's kind of a life lesson that, especially you, think about. You're a year or two younger than your competitors that you're in your league with, and now here at BYU, you're sometimes 5 or even 6 years younger,
even 7. Yeah.
Possibility. Mm-hmm. I mean, we love the guy. Lucky Finau was here right before you.
Lucky, yeah. I was actually I was listening to the podcast on the way here with Trey and LeMason.
Oh,
they were talking about how energetic Lucky is.
Exactly,
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have him on here. So anyway, Lucky was here. Yeah, he's good energy all the way around, but he's had, this will be his 3rd freshman year.
I think, I don't know if I'm wrong, but I think I've seen his story. I think he just turned 23, if I'm not mistaken.
He went on a mission,
mm-hmm.
and he's had 2 freshman years. He had a surgery on his heart, and then he had a redshirt year, and now this year will be his real freshman year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, if he's gone on a mission, and he's had 2, and this will be his 3rd. So yeah, he'll be 5 years ahead of other freshmen.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yet, wow. I mean, I'm so glad that he gets his opportunity to have those years back.
Most definitely. Yeah.
But here you're 18 years old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, so you need to have short-term goals as well as those long-term goals. Mm-hmm. To achieve your weightlifting, your power, the weight that you want to weigh. If you're 190, what was your goal? 190? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good goal. But you may only get to 186, or maybe you get to 191. Have the right reward. Maybe not too much ice cream, but we don't need you at offensive
help with the weight.
That's right. That's right. Dream chaser. As a receiver, that sounds pretty fun. Sounds like we're going to see you running downfield.
Yeah.
Do you have some good speed?
It's getting there.
Getting there. Well, again, that comes with the power.
Yeah.
But what does dream chaser mean to you?
For me, especially being at BYU, ever since I was 9, I had dreams of coming here. And so just constantly throughout my journey, I feel like I was just able to accomplish so many of my dreams that I've set for myself since I was a little kid. And dream chasing for me, just sitting in this seat is like one of my biggest dreams. And
really?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
My biggest dream is that someone watches, Not kidding.
But yeah, just constantly, I guess, evolving in the things that I've always wanted to do. I feel like I'm a dream chaser, I guess you can say.
Good. So, I mean, would you call that hope? I mean, that you have these, or aspirations, the desires, that you have positive expectancy that something good is going to happen, so you're just going to keep going for it.
Yeah, I think the word that I use is faith, especially I guess what led me to BYU. It was a very, very faithful process. Faith in Heavenly Father, but also faith in myself and kind of what I can accomplish and what I know I can do. I'd say faith.
Wow. These guys are coming up with great wisdom every time. I'm just giving you the worldly answers of aspirational desires and faith. Mm-hmm. Faith. Yeah, I love that. Faith is one of the things that was your dream to actually get to BYU. And here you are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where do you go? Now that you've achieved this goal, are there any risks or what's your next step?
My next step is just to make the team, pretty much.
Okay.
I'm trying to do everything that I possibly can to get there. But recently, I was just kind of reflecting. This isn't coming from a satisfied perspective, but like during this, I guess, reflection time that I had, I was driving and I just realized that everything that I've ever dreamed of accomplishing, I've done that already.
Really?
And so for me, it's, of course, like finding new goals and aspirations, but just continuing on the path that I set forward for myself. That's kind of the biggest goal.
See, that is sometimes the biggest risk.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that are very accomplished, they set their goal to achieve some championship or to achieve some academic laurels, and they get there. And then what happens?
Yeah.
Now, and sometimes they just don't have another step to go. And so I love that you have further desires beyond, this step of making it to BYU. You're here. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Now it's all in front of you. Faith in yourself, confidence will enable you to go out, lift, run, work out with the team, get better year by year, week by week, day by day. Get closer to the eventual dream of, hey, be a starter.
Yep.
Contribute to the team, to contribute to a championship.
Yeah. So for me, especially with my dad kind of runs this, I guess, goal-setting workshop with the people of Hawaii and like our family. And so my goal for this year that I set in January was to walk out of Lavelle Edwards Stadium the day we play Utah. I think October 13th. But that's my goal for the year. And so that's something that I'm striving towards every day.
And what do you mean when you say walk out of Lavelle Edwards Stadium? As a player with your uniform on, healthy.
Suited up.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's a good goal.
Yeah, that's the goal.
For a young freshman, you can do it.
Yeah, of course.
But let's go.
Yep, let's go.
We better not talk anymore. We better get you in that weight room.
Yep.
And eating that ice cream. I'm kidding. All right. Now, I understand you have a special talent, something that no other Hawaiian football player at BYU has been able to do.
Yeah.
What is that talent?
I can speak Hawaiian or Olelo Hawaii, but I can give my introduction and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, please do.
Which doesn't matter which camera I speak into.
No.
Loa pumihana kako o Kila Keone ko inoa no o ahumaiao noho au ma manana uka. Umi kuma valu o umakahiki. Make loa au e paani I ke kinipopo peku. Mahalo no ka ho'olohe ana mai.
Mahalo. I understood one word.
Yeah, so basically I was just kind of saying, hello, my name is Kila Keone. I'm from Pacific Palisades, Hawaii. 18 years old, and I love to play football.
Perfect. I love that. And what a beautiful language.
It really is a beautiful language. And it's a dying language.
So many languages today are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We lived in New Mexico, and they talk about, and the Navajo language is, there are a lot of people on the Navajo Nation, but they're all speaking English,
Yeah.
And so that many of the indigenous languages are just going away.
Yeah, especially Hawaiian. The Hawaiian language has been through so much.
I'll say.
Yeah. It's really difficult. And the fact that it's slowly making its way back makes me very proud.
Why do you know a little bit of Hawaiian?
So I went to, before I had that whole high school journey, I went to Kamehameha Schools. And Kamehameha Schools is a school only for Hawaiians.
Oh.
And so it was there that I kind of learned how to speak Hawaiian and stuff like that. They taught me a little bit during elementary school.
In Honolulu?
It's it is in Honolulu. It's called Kalihi Valley, I think. Or it's called the Kapalama Valley, but it's in Kalihi, so very close to Honolulu. And there is 3 schools of Kamehameha. There's one on Oahu, there's one on Maui, another island, and there's one on Hawaii, or the Big Island. So those are the 3 schools, and it's a hard process to get into. You got to take a whole bunch of tests. So it took me 3 attempts to get in, but I got in my 7th grade year, and that's kind of where it started. like where I learned.
So they actually teach the Hawaiian language.
They do
at that school.
It's an elective, but yeah.
Do your parents speak the Hawaiian language?
They do.
Okay.
Not fluently, but of course, like growing up around the house, like they would all the time.
Good.
Both my parents also went to Kamehameha. A lot of my family went to Kamehameha, which is kind of interesting. Yeah.
And did they all get 4.0s?
I know my dad most definitely didn't, but the rest might have. Yeah.
That's good. Well, what are your biggest dreams now coming forward? You said one of them, walk out of Lavelle Edwards Stadium on October 13th against Utah. Mm-hmm. That's a big one. Think about it. Here we are, the beginning of June.
We're getting there.
So July, August, September, October. We're talking about 4 months.
We're getting there. Yep. Nervous but exciting.
You know what? When I played, I didn't have as much nervousness as when I was done.
Oh, really?
When I was done playing football and I had to sit in the stands and watch my teammates play football, mm-hmm. I got nervous. Like, I had no control over what was going on.
Wow, that's interesting.
And here you as an underclassman have some opportunities to work your way into that team. Mm-hmm. Pretty high aspiration to get there, to be wearing, maybe you can play on some special teams. Maybe you can work your way into the rotation on receivers. Mm-hmm. But October 13th is only 4 months away.
Yeah, big goal, little time.
Oh, man. And we're so excited. Tell us a gray shirt. Have you been in the locker room? Do you know the attitudes of your teammates? Or is that going to be more when you're there this fall?
I've known just because I've been here for like spring ball and winter workouts and stuff like that. But I guess everybody's mindset on the team and the way they're looking at this next season, you can see everything coming together, especially now coming back for being here for a couple of days. I see the drive just on all of my teammates' faces. Like they're hungry.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
When I talk to them, meet them, it feels like, even Keanu Tanuvasa said, humble and hungry.
Yeah. They're hungry.
Hungry.
Yeah, they're real hungry.
He said that lion at the top of the hill, he's not as hungry as the guy who's still climbing. Mm-hmm. What would be, you could say, oh yeah, my aspirational goal or desire would be I could score a touchdown on a diving catch. But maybe it's just catching a first down or, extending a play. Mm-hmm. What can you envision as a really fun thing to do against Utah on October 13th with that uniform on your back?
I think for me, what I envision, like from a realistic standpoint, is just kind of being there and just supporting.
Good.
Yeah. Of course, me being the 18-year-old true freshman, it's hard to realistically see me contributing on the field. But one thing that I envision is just like getting the ones on defense ready for the game, bringing my best to practice every single day just to help all the other boys get better and
let me share with our people here. When you're not a starter, frequently freshmen and younger players are on what we call the scout team. Mm-hmm. And so the scout team during the season is out there, if you're an offensive player, the scout team is out there with the first team defense, and you're running the plays for Utah
yep. Mm-hmm.
against our first team defense. And so what Kila is saying is that his goal, he would be out there doing the best he could, running the plays against our defense mm-hmm. so that they're prepared for Utah.
Yeah, I think that's from where my status is at right now. I think that's the best way that I can contribute to the team at the moment.
Great.
Yeah. Just getting the boys ready. Like that's every opportunity I can. I try to be the best water boy, best scout boy I can be. So that's my goals.
Well, good for you. Now, is there anything demeaning about that? Are other players going to say, who are you, water boy?
I guess you can look at it that way, but I decide not to. I think for me, I see it as what a great opportunity God has blessed me with to be here surrounded by this group of guys at my dream school. So,
and honestly, knowing the relationships that I've seen on your team, I don't think anybody would feel that. And truly, from my team where, I had guys like Steve Young and Jim McMahon and Mark Wilson who played in the NFL and probably did pretty darn well, in their, and I know did really well, have done really well in their lives. But I feel like they treat me the same as any other star,
And I feel the same way too.
And I think your teammates are going to be that way. Nobody's going to look down on you if you're trying to contribute. In fact, yesterday, Chris Burgess, the basketball coach, was talking about some of the guys. Some of the guys on the basketball team, maybe their biggest contribution is just cheering on the other guys from the bench. And there's a few guys that make all these hand gestures and, they get all excited, when a good basket is made or great play is made. And so even just being a cheerleader for your teammates is frequently one of the best things.
Yeah.
Kila,
yes.
What else can you share with us and Cougar Nation from a young man who's just essentially new on our team, an 18-year-old guy with a lot of good wisdom, a lot of good brains, 4.0 student. What could you share with us that gives us help in understanding more about life or just making it when things are, ahead of us are pretty tough?
Again, going back to walking in the rain, everybody goes through some sort of adversity. And like for me, it was the age thing, the undersized thing, the overlooked thing in high school. I'd say for, I guess, the younger generation, especially all the Hawaii boys, dreams don't always stay on the pillow. Like you have the ability to accomplish everything that you set forth for yourself. And there's no such thing as a dream too big, because if you look back at my senior year, after that last game, you look at, I want to play at BYU, that's impossible. And just my journey alone getting here shows that anything can be possible as long as you do like the little things right and you really pour your heart and soul into this. And during that journey, adversity is going to come. Like there will be storms, but the storms eventually will pass. And you can get a lot more done in this life than you possibly could imagine.
You really can. In fact, I think of, what is that famous cartoon movie that we all love so much from Disney about Moana? What's the name of it?
About Moana. I'm pretty sure Moana. Are you talking about?
Maybe it's called Moana. Maybe
Yeah.
that's the name. I'm like, okay. But it's beautiful about a young lady who goes out on her,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because her people are, in danger.
People need her. Yeah.
They need her. And she goes out and that dream takes her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's able to overcome all sorts of evils,
Yeah.
with the help of some godlike,
Mm.
and that's a cool metaphor for your journey.
I think it is.
Yeah. Well, best of luck. We're so excited that you're part of our team. Every family has, the oldest brothers and the youngest sisters or vice versa, and we all started there at one time. We were all the youngest person at one time. Mm-hmm. I love that you're one of the youngest guys in the room, if not the youngest guy, and you've got all these same goals and aspirations. Your journey's just a little bit further because you're younger.
Yeah.
But we're all on that journey, right?
Yeah. Everybody's journey is going to be a little different, and that's okay.
It is. Mm-hmm. We learn from that. So thank you for teaching us from your journey.
Of course, yeah.
Thanks, Kila.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching another episode of Beyond the Game. Remember to click here to subscribe and click here to watch our recent videos. Also, please follow us on social media. And remember, go Cougs.